how to take control of your online reputation and drive more sales. So this is part of what we teach here about the digital dominance method. And that is that if you want to have success online, you've got to cover all your bases. And one of the most critical ones, no matter what industry you're in, is reviews. And I think you probably understand this. And so what we'll cover today is really just an overview about why reviews are important, what you can do practically to drive them, and the sort of impact that it can have on your business. And so while you listen to me, I wrote online marketing for electricians. We've worked with dozens of contractors and companies over the years. I run Electrician Marketers, and I've been doing digital marketing as an agency owner for customers for well over 10 years. So been around a long time. So the question today is, why should you care about reviews? And they really can make or break your company. Now, many of you may not rely on, online to drive business for you. I understand that some of you don't, but many of you do. And for those of you who really need that inbound from residential, even commercial clients, the level and quality of your online reviews and therefore reputation can make or break that lead generation for you. It's really that important. And if you don't take care of it, what people see online about you will not reflect the top quality service that you provide. And so it's something that you have to have a strategy for, and you have to execute that. And even if you have invested in all the best tools, but are still not driving enough reviews, you have to find a solution for that too. And so we'll talk about that also. Failure here really hurts all of your marketing efforts, because no matter where you're doing stuff, people will typically look you up online. The reality of a service area business is that people in your area will generally find you in maps, and they will gauge your reputation by what they see. And so you got to take care of this. And the opportunity here is pretty straightforward. If you do this well and you execute on this well, you can be the provider of choice in your area and really stand out from the competition. And so it's important to make this a priority. And the easiest way to do this is to leverage tools to drive consistent high quality reviews. And we'll get a little bit more into details on that. And once you've done this well, you can have your reputation speak for itself online, which leads to very strong quality of inbound activity. And so what does success look like? You'll be the go-to electrician in your area. You'll rank accordingly in maps, and you'll get the most phone calls. And that's what it comes down to. So we'll get the question occasionally, do online reviews matter? And they really do. 84% of people trust an online review as much as they do a personal recommendation. And over 3/4 of people think that reviews older than 3 months aren't relevant. So not only do you need quantity and quality, but you need recency. And this has an impact on your rankings as well. And so online reviews are definitely mission critical, and you've got to drive them. And it will create lots of maps calls for you. It's really the number one driver. And we've seen this across multiple industries that we monitor and we participate in, not just electricians. And so reviews impact your Google rankings. Your customers, both residential and commercial, are going to look at these. And it's a major conversion factor. It is often the difference between them calling you or them calling your competitor. And so I think we've answered the question why. This is ultimately something that is a revenue driver. It's a profit driver, and you just got to do it. And so let's talk about kind of 5 key principles for getting this right. The first one is, you do have to provide a world-class customer experience. So before you can ask and expect 5-star reviews, you should be providing a level of service that will make them want to give that to you. So that's number one. If you have flaws in your customer service, and you got to fix that. Or you can harvest all the reviews you want, you're just going to be harvesting bad ones, and you don't want that. And so you need to build it into your company culture. Now, I hate talking about company culture and things like that, I guess it's a useful term in the sense that, the people that work at your company count on you, and they count on that job to provide for their families. And so they should care about the success of the company, if for no other reason. And so if getting reviews is critical for the company's success, and it is, then everybody at the company should care about that, from the person answering the phone to the tech who's on site. And you have to, as leaders, drive that vision and its importance in your company. And number three, what you measure, inspect, and celebrate, you create more of. And so somebody said, I don't remember who, you can't manage what you don't measure. And so you need to have a process here with some KPIs, and just keep track of it. And the more that you focus on it and the more that you keep track of it, the more you'll see results. And you do want to use tools to make your life easier. So, manually emailing out Google review links one at a time is not the best way to do it. It doesn't have a high conversion rate. It takes a lot of time. So there's better ways to do it. There's lots of tools that do it. And you want to be using those to help yourself, just make it easy for you. And the last thing here, which does matter, is acknowledge and respond to every review. So there's actually a ranking benefit for this. It kind of makes sense. But not only that, when you get in that habit of asking for reviews and people click through and they see that you reply to them, they know that your review matters to them. And so they're more likely to leave one when they see that you respond, and respond in a meaningful way, not, hey, thanks, but, acknowledge the project, especially if it's like a high dollar product, like a generator. It's a very high dollar, like, thank them for their business and thank them for leaving the review and show you appreciate it. It makes a difference. Okay. So the question to think about right now is, of those 5 things, what are you going to work on first? Where's your weakness? What could you do better? Pick one and get after it. It'll help you. So yeah, that's a good number of reviews. You want to see low hundreds over time. And, you should be getting enough business to do that. The companies that only do 2 or 3 projects a week, they have a much harder time getting scale at reviews. But electricians, with the various lines that you typically offer, you should have the volume of business to really have an opportunity to stand out. And so just some strategies to consider. Like I mentioned, use tools, leave a printed review card, and tell your guys to not sell it, but, ask for it. Like, hey, here's this review card. It would really help us out if you could leave us a review. It means a lot to us, and we try to do a good job and earn that. So if you felt I did a good job today, you help me out if you left us a review. And incentivize your team. For every good review, give them a gas card or 20, but who knows? You can't incentivize the customer. That's against FEC or whatever it is, regulations. But it's not wrong to incentivize your team if they've done a good job and a customer acknowledges it. Make a follow-up call to your customers. Ask them how it went. It's good practice to do anyway. Good for generating repeat business over time. But then too, ask them for the review on that call also. You always want to be asking. And, as mentioned previously, build in your company culture. And not only that, but not just printed, but email, text messages, any place you can leverage to help drive these, it's a good idea to do. Lots of tools to do it. Here's a couple, but there's dozens, if not hundreds of them. How to respond to every review, you got to just have a system in place. I mean, you as a business owner or whoever's managing it typically will get a notification. Just respond, spam, take care of it. Task someone on your team. And really, almost more importantly than all this, have a good strategy in place ahead of time for how you're going to professionally address negative reviews. You're going to get them. Some customers are difficult. they don't know that they're difficult customers and they take it out on you. Uh, don't argue and fight with them in reviews. Just handle it professionally. People will judge your reaction almost more than they. People know 1-star review leavers are typically over the top people a lot of the times. And so they'll judge your company almost more on your response. And if you're kind in your response and polite and professional, it goes a long way towards negating the conversion impact of that negative review. So leave a great review or leave a great response to a kind review. Goes a long way. And if you want help with this, we do have a program that we own in-house here that we use for our customers, which is called Revenue Commander. Helps you monitor reviews and your reputation. Makes it very easy to respond to reviews. We've got a multi-step review request process that helps you get more of them. So it sends several text messages, several emails. It sends feedback back to you so you know what people said. It allows you a chance to respond. It's a great system. And lots more. I mean, you can do emails from it. You can do customer management, send quotes. It's a massively powerful software. You can replace tons of different programs you have. If you have like MailChimp here, if you've got some other reputation management, it'll allow you to do workflow automations. So I can't tell you how many times I filled a local form, form on a local website near me here, and they never get back to me. It drives me nuts. And they're missing business. I'll call somebody else. You can set up automations in here that when someone fills out a form on your site, you'll automatically get back to them and say, hey, thanks, we got your inquiry. Here's your next steps. And it lets the right person know internally that you received an inquiry and tells them what to do next. It's a great thing. You should have that in place for sure. And this software does it. Like I said, we have it for our customers, but you can just get it on your own if you want. It's $97 per month with a little bit of a setup cost for us to set it up for you. It includes the reviews and setup, the review and follow-up sequence for getting reviews, lots of other stuff. So if you're interested, just reply to one of the emails that we send out here, and Jason will talk to you about that. And there's one other thing I want to introduce today, which is new. It's called Electricians List. And so what we are doing is we're building an online property to go after the near me searches. Kind of like Angie's List, but not really. We're not doing all that. We're not, at this point, bringing in leads and selling them. I'm not sure that's a business I want to get into. But there is an opportunity for directory type sites that are highly specialized to show up well. You always see that. If you look at like how you rank for electricians near me, right? You'll see the maps results, you see some ads, and typically you see Yelp, or you might see like the BBB has a listing. You might see Angie. And those are all very strong sites. But a site like this, when built correctly and given some time to mature, should also show up for those searches. And so there's an opportunity to get visibility in your area. I will enable some reviews here. So you always get people who don't have Google accounts or don't want to use their Google accounts to leave reviews. You can direct them to this site, start harvesting reviews here. So go to electricianslist.com and add company, or the instructions will follow in a replay email for this webinar. And that's it. So I hope this was useful for you. I really just wanted to highlight how important reviews are. It is, as a business owner, probably from a marketing perspective, for any home services type of business, by far the number one thing that you can do, that you control, that can really drive phone calls and revenue for you. I can't emphasize it enough. You have got to solve for your reviews, prioritize it. When you've done it successfully and you see what it's done for you, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next month.